7 years so much for your service. Chief Bossman is here today with her husband Mike, Officer Mike Bossman with the Omaha Police Department. Chief Bossman has more than 25 years of service experience in fire. She started her career with the Lincoln Fire Department in 1996. In 1997, she joined OFD as a firefighter paramedic. She has been promoted to captain, battalion chief, and assistant fire chief. In her current role, Chief Bossman supervises the firefighters and the battalion chief assigned to the C shift. She also manages the Emergency Medical Service Division. Over the last 3 years, she has been responsible for developing and managing the fire department's COVID-19 protocols and policies to protect our firefighters and to protect our paramedics and the patients that they care for. Chief Bossman shares my expectations for excellence in public safety, service to our citizens, and firefighter safety. And now I would like to introduce our next fire chief, Chief Kathy Bossman.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm honored and privileged to be named as the next Omaha Fire Chief. My husband Mike and I have dedicated our adult lives to public safety and to serving the citizens here in Omaha. I'm fortunate to work for the City of Omaha and the Omaha Fire Department, and I'm blessed and thrilled to be able to serve in this new capacity. The short history lesson: the first female firefighter started with the Omaha Fire Department in 1987, and those 5 women really broke down barriers and made it possible for me to be here today. I'm grateful to all of the women that came ahead of me. I plan to, as fire chief, really demonstrate to young women in the community today that a career with the Omaha Fire Service is not only possible, it is rewarding and offers opportunities for development, growth, education, and even leadership. I'm fortunate to be stepping in at this time as Chief Olson is ending his 30-year career, and Chief Olson and the mayor together have put the fire department in a great position. They've accomplished some amazing goals and put us on a very solid foundation. The chief is leaving in a very good time, leaving the department in a very good place, and I'm thankful to you for your mentorship, and I've learned a great deal from Chief Olson. As fire chief, I have some goals that I'd like to work towards. The first, I want to continue to improve our diversity, equity, inclusion, and sense of belonging within the department, especially at our higher ranks. We value the different perspectives that come with having a diverse workforce. Second, I want to continue to build relationships with community partners and community organizations and open lines of communication. And lastly, I look forward to investing in our personnel. We have some amazing firefighters who are doing brilliant work every day. I'm so incredibly proud of them. I want to get them actively involved in the development and research of future programs and policies. I want to engage them, empower them to be part of our progression in the future. All decisions for the Omaha Fire Department will be data-driven and based on safety as our priority for the firefighters and the citizens. And ultimately, decisions will be made based on our core values of compassion, integrity, and professionalism. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chief. I will let you know a few things. The city posted the fire chief position earlier this year for internal applicants only. We gave some thought of doing a national search, but when we looked at who we had internally and who would be eligible to apply for fire chief, I felt like we had many excellent members that are already in our fire department that would all make good chiefs. 5 candidates applied and completed an independent testing process, and it was administered by IO Solutions. And this company is under contract with the City of Omaha to test candidates and promotions and entry-level positions in the Omaha Fire and Police Department both. Based on our test scores, the Human Resource Director, who is here today, Deb Sander, she can answer any additional questions that you have about the testing process and the selection process. Then the Human Resource Director referred the top 4 candidates to me, and I was able to choose from the top 4. Just to let you know, we did a process that we have used before. I had 3 others, my chief of staff and 2 deputy chiefs of staff, do the interviews with me. We asked all 4 candidates the same questions, and we had the HR director there to kind of overview or to oversee the process and make sure it was fair to everybody as the same. And then after we were done with the interviews, we all put our first, second, third, fourth choice down, and then we discussed it. And I will say Kathy Bossman did a great job with the interviews. She certainly came out on top, but I will say the other 3 candidates were excellent too. We were really, really fortunate to have 4 people that made it through the testing, that wanted to go through the testing. It's very difficult. And then to go through the process and want to be the fire chief. It's a big job. You got big shoes to fill since Chief Olson has done such a great job. But I know that Chief Bossman will do a great job for the Omaha Fire Department. So I'm very, very pleased to announce this today. So now we will take your questions, and I would assume most of the questions will be to Chief Bossman and not me, but I'll be happy to answer any that you have.
I guess the first question though, what stood out about Chief Bossman in the application process and interview process?
Well, like I told you before, when I made the announcement a few seconds ago, she shares my goal for excellence within the Omaha Fire Department. Her focus is on keeping our citizens safe and our firefighters safe. I was looking for somebody that had superior abilities as far as operations, that understood operations and suppression in the fire department, understood finance, understood personnel management, leadership, and trust. Those are the things that I was looking for. And like I said, all the 4 candidates I interviewed were all great. But I think Chief Bossman was outstanding in all of these areas. She shares my expectations, is what I want for the fire department. And like I said, it's public safety, citizens safe, and keeping our firefighters safe too. We have a very big fire department. There's a lot going on as far as, and our calls are increasing every year. So big job to do, but I know she's up for it.
How does it make you feel as a woman mayor to have the first woman fire chief in Omaha?
It makes me feel great. You know, I've always said I don't like to talk about my gender in this role, but I wanted to hopefully pave the path for many women that follow me to run for public office, to run for higher office. And I know Chief Bossman will do the same with the Omaha Fire Department. It's a real thrill. But I didn't choose her because of her gender. I chose her because of what her qualifications were and her expertise and what she has done with the Omaha Fire Department in her past career.
For Chief Bossman, you said that you want to show women that a career is possible in the fire department, not only show that a career is possible, but growth. How do you hope to attract more women to the department?
I think being visible as a leader in the fire department, as a female leader in the fire department, visible and accessible, and providing that public education will be helpful with regard to recruiting young women to the fire career or to fire service as a career, and really demonstrating that there are different opportunities outside of simply being a firefighter on a fire truck. You can lead in different capacities. You know, we have fire investigators, we have EMS educators, we have a number of different opportunities, and I think it's a matter of providing that education and letting young women know that there's a great deal of opportunity within the fire service.
Chief, at what point did you know in your career that you wanted to step the ladder and then oppose to the highest position as chief now? At what point in your career did you know you wanted to do that?
Throughout my career, I really spent a great deal of time preparing myself for every promotional opportunity. I promoted fairly early in my career to the rank of captain and was very intentional about learning every aspect of every role and position that I've held so that I can prove not only to myself but to others that I have the knowledge, skills, and abilities to be successful at each position. I think it's probably just been in the last 4 to 5 years as I've been working as an assistant chief and I've been able to watch Chief Olson work that I've gained the confidence in myself that I know I can step into this role and make sound decisions for the fire department and for the city.
To you personally, what does it mean to be the first woman fire chief of Omaha?
It's an incredible honor. I understand the significance of this promotion, being the first female fire chief, and I know it is greater than just myself. It's important to the young women on the fire department and in the community who see this as a leadership opportunity in the future. It's an amazing feeling and a huge honor.
Do you know how many women we currently have in Omaha Fire Department?
We have 33 women right now.
How do you hope to see the transition between fire chiefs go?
I think it will go very smoothly. Chief Olson, like I said, has set a solid foundation. He has many of our projects, they are well-oiled machines and they're running smoothly. We have a great team in place right now of assistant chiefs and battalion chiefs in our divisions who make a lot of decisions every day, and I have leaned heavily on Chief Olson for his advice and input, and he's been very open and willing to teach me everything he does on a day-to-day basis, so I think the transition will be smooth.
I did want to mention that we have an assistant chief position already open, and since Chief Bossman will be moving up to chief, her position will be open. So, and we might have others in the near future because of retirement. So she gets the opportunity now to pick her assistant chiefs, those that are open, and build her own team. And I think that's really exciting too. You know, one of the questions we asked all of the candidates was, what have you done to prepare yourself for the role as chief? And when I look through all of what Chief Bossman has done in the past, if she moved up through the ranks, the classes she took, the way she educated herself, you could tell that, and in her confidence, that's one thing I really noticed when we were interviewing her, is that she is well prepared to step right into this role. I think the learning curve is going to be very small. I think she'll step right in and do a great job.
You mentioned some of your goals, specifically with diversity, inclusion, improvements. How do you plan to actually make that happen? Improve diversity, inclusion, equity in the fire department?
That's a great question, and I've worked closely with Keith Station from the mayor's office, and we have already, established employee resource groups within the department for our black firefighters and for female firefighters. We want to expand that to include LGBTQ firefighters and give them a safe place to get together to communicate and share questions, concerns, and those groups have a direct line of communication to the fire chief's office. So not only will they have a safe place to talk and share, but offer suggestions on improvements. And I think that's just one step. I'd like to look at our promotional opportunities in the future with IO Solutions, like the mayor mentioned, and talk about how do we add components to the testing process that can help us improve our diversity in the future.
And as far as the environment, how do you plan to make sure it's a welcoming environment for all firefighters?
I think for me to help the fire department seem more welcoming to all firefighters is really about communication and being open and transparent as much as possible with information and goals, and really focusing on why we entered the fire service to begin with, going back to, when in 1997 when I walked in on day one, why am I here? And it's here to serve the citizens and to help them in their time of need. So it's about thinking about why we're here and how do we openly communicate so that we feel valued as employees and our opinions are valued, and how do I become part of something bigger and better so we can be progressive as a fire department.
And then you also said your decisions are going to be data-based. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yes, and they are now. Our decisions now are always based on data. We look at response times, we look at call volume, we look at the location of our fire apparatus throughout the city, and that's a standard practice, and Chief Olson has perfected that for sure. It's going to continue. We will always be looking at how we can look for efficiencies in our response so that we can better serve the citizens.
Other questions?
Chief Olson, as your career comes to an end, what are you most proud of?
Well, that's a very long list. Today, I'm very proud of Kathy Bossman. She's been on my team, a fire management team, for just under 6 years. And I can tell you with confidence that the citizens of the city of Omaha, the firefighters who work on our fire department, the mayor's office, and myself, we can all rest easy knowing that Kathy's going to be at the helm and going to take our fire department to the next level.
Is there anything else, looking back on your career, that you're like, I'm glad I was part of that?
Well, it's a long list. Like I said, I'm very proud of the work that we've done focusing on firefighter health and wellness, because when we have healthy and well firefighters, we do a better job serving our community. When we're motivated, we feel well about ourselves, we're in good shape, we're healthy, we do a very good job serving. So we place a lot of focus on our firefighters themselves so that they would in turn be able to provide that high level of service to our community. I'm very proud of the work that the mayor and I have done, and all of our teams and our support members that are sitting all behind you, and all of the work that we've done growing our fire department. We've obviously placed multiple apparatus back into service and added additional apparatus into service that we knew we needed in our critical areas that were experiencing very high call volumes and some of our largest target hazard areas. Very proud of the fact that we've been able to restore our infrastructure in the entire fire department from top to bottom, everything from replacing our fire station alerting system all the way to building new fire stations in South Omaha. We have a plan that's put in place that Chief Bossman will be able to follow as a template that tells us where we need to build our future fire stations. I'm very proud of the work that we've done in terms of engaging our community and enhancing our diversity within our fire department. Those are two of my #1 priorities throughout my career span, and we've made some great strides there. So it's a very, very long list. I will tell you personally, it's been one of my life's blessings to serve the citizens of Omaha for 30 years, and I truly feel blessed to have had the opportunity. Thank you.
You know, I will say what impressed me the most about Chief Olson is he's very good with personnel. He managed his budget very, very well and very carefully. But if there was a big incident, he could go to a scene and he could take control of that incident. So he still knew how to fight fires and still knew how to take command of a situation. And so that's a good, well-rounded chief that understands all aspects. He knows he's in management, but he could sure still go out there and know what to do with a fire in a big incident. So that's what impressed me the most about him. And I know Chief Bossman will be the same way too.
Chief Olson, do you have an anecdote that you feel describes Chief Bossman's work ethic?
You didn't know you were going to have to answer these questions, huh?
Driven. I mean, Kathy's extremely driven, very intelligent, obviously very well spoken, and you know, she really did lead. Once we were able to develop multiple layers of policies and protocols related to COVID-19 and how we were going to, #1, keep our firefighters safe and equipped, Kathy really took on that, all of that remaining work. So Kathy is extremely driven. She's going to do an outstanding job, and I'm very proud to have served with her. And I know that you know, all of the goals and priorities that I set are going to be carried on through her. So that's the best I can speak to that.
Thank you.
Other questions?
I have a question about the chamber. Yeah.
Let's finish this good news story
I
first,
know.
okay? Any other questions about our new fire chief? All of our directors are here today to support her, so we have a really good team here right now with all of our directors, including our 2 chiefs. Other questions? Okay, go ahead.
Do you have a comment on the sudden leadership change?
You know, it's really important that the city of Omaha has a good relationship with the chamber. We have a contract with them to do economic development for us. I had a great relationship since I've been mayor with David Brown. 2 times a month we would meet for breakfast, and we had so much to talk about what was going on. That breakfast could have gone into lunch and dinner too. And I did the same when Vita arrived. We meet twice a month for breakfast. You know, I hope the chamber can move forward now, and I think it's really, really important that they have strong leadership, and hopefully that we will have somebody else leading the Omaha chamber soon. So that's about all I can say about it. It was obviously it was their decision, and I really didn't have much to do with it. So yes. Okay, everybody, thanks for being here today. Appreciate it.
I want to get a picture if I can.
Oh, yeah.
Chief Bossman and Chief Olson.
Yeah, let's do.
And then one with Officer Bossman and Chief.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah. Let's put.